Hi, I'm Marguerite with MoveToTacoma.com, and I'm here today with Sharon. Welcome, Sharon.
I'm happy to be back.
I'm very glad to have you back because about a year ago, you and I filmed or recorded a podcast about how to buy a house in Tacoma right now. And about 2 months later, all of the information in that podcast became completely irrelevant. So I really wanted to revisit for people who are buying in Tacoma right now. You are one of my favorite buyer's agents in Tacoma. You know buyers so well. You know the market. I just want to talk about what can they expect right now, 2023.
Yes, a different world from last time we talked.
So, the rates are up, the prices are slightly down, but things are changing. What do you see?
So last year, this time of year, it was a very different market, as you said. And then we kind of hit the brakes. Interest rates were going up and buyers were like, oh, panicking. We can't do anything. But also, I had talked about how buyers are able to get a good price for a house, and they could do a home inspection, and they could do some sort of concessions possibly. Then interest rates were higher, homes were sitting a bit longer on the market. We are rolling through now, sunshine is out, springtime is coming, and guess what? I had a multiple offer situation just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So multiple offers are back, and I can give you an even more recent one yesterday. My out-of-town clients texted me a house in the North End and said, could you do a video tour on Sunday for us? So I scheduled. Overnight, I saw status changed in 24 hours.
Okay.
That house at $725,000 has sold for $725,000. So,
and that's not even a price point. We think about the 400s and the 500s of Tacoma staying busy, but you're saying even a little bit out of that, we're still seeing multiple offers if the house is right.
We are starting to see multiple offers if the house is right. So this time I'm encouraging buyers, if they can buy, get in the game. Talk to your lender, get in the game, see if you can get one of those houses perhaps on the market a little bit longer. Sellers are really motivated to get those homes moving, and we are now back to paying more if you wait.
Okay. So the median home price in Pierce County, Tacoma, it varies by neighborhood, but just the average is right around $500,000. What are you seeing for your clients that are trying to buy under $500,000? What should they expect as they're preparing, as they're writing offers, as they're working with their agent?
If the house is moving already, we are seeing them go up really, really fast. In fact, a colleague of mine from WPP just posted on her Facebook, I just read it before I came here, 16 hours on the market, $450 for that house. And the house has multiple offer, and she said they also have a backup offer secured.
Okay.
So I'm saying to my buyers, if you are ready, if you are getting your pre-approval and you are ready to purchase, get out there and start looking. Get with your lender, get with your real estate agent, start looking right now, and get ready to put offers in because the market is back.
One word that always comes to mind when I think of you is like prepared. And I notice your clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, but especially in terms of buyers, your clients are prepared. What does a buyer need to be doing to be prepared to write an accepted offer to win a house in 2023 in Tacoma?
Okay, I know about how I prepare my buyers.
Yes.
I am an educator at heart, so I am very interested in making sure my buyers are fully educated.
Okay.
So even if a buyer comes to me and they have already been pre-approved, I am scheduling a 1 hour, 1 to 1.5 hour consultation with them because we're going to go through the process. I have a 16-point checklist that I use for my buyers, and I'm making sure that they know that these are the steps it takes to win an offer. So my conversation between October and January was different. I was saying, get in the game now. You don't have to offer over listing price. We can do a home inspection. We can get some seller concessions.
Yeah.
Now, when things are rolling out for the spring, my conversation is going to be different to say, we are needing to look at how much cash you have extra. And what does that mean? It means that if you have a house on the market and there's a multiple offer situation, you need to have some extra cash to offer for that appraisal gap.
Okay, and that's actually very much like the conversation we had last year.
That is correct.
We've come full circle.
That is correct. We're coming full circle. We needed to have some things in place for my buyers to be able to get ready. Now, let me hurry to say though, not every house has an offer review date. Offer review dates suggest multiple offers, that the seller is hoping to get multiple offers. Most houses are still, seller will review offers upon receipt.
Yeah.
So if you can get in early, a seller may take your offer if your offer is compelling. What does a compelling offer need? It needs a clean, clear written contract. You're offering at a certain price. I'm suggesting to my clients in this market with so few homes on the market, offer at list price. And then we're looking at doing a home inspection and having that conversation with especially a listing agent to ask about some things that a buyer may be interested to know even for a home inspection. First, age of the roof.
Right.
If we know the age of the roof, then we can go in more confidently that it may be that that's not one thing we're going to need to worry about. In this area, sewer inspection, the sewer line collapsing.
So important.
Those things are so important to know. So I'll be asking those. So I'm doing a lot of legwork on behalf of my clients when I'm talking to a listing agent to ask about age of the roof, age of the furnace. Water heaters I don't worry about too much because they're about $2,000. But the big ticket items are what I'm interested in. And that helps me to coach my clients about what does the offer price, what it could look like. And for home inspection, whether we're going to do a 3-day inspection or a 5-day inspection or ask for the whole 10 days that is legal on the contract to ask for. It all depends on the information that I receive that I share with my clients.
Love that. Because it's still, with everything changing so much, it's neighborhood to neighborhood, different price points. The conditions are different for everything.
Absolutely.
So as buyers are thinking about getting into the market, for people who are maybe a little bit tighter, who don't have a ton of cash left over to do an appraisal gap addendum, or who maybe feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I can't be competitive in this market. I know you've helped people. I had a referral client that I sent you earlier this year that was under $250,000 and you found him something very quickly. So I want to know, like, what is the advice you're giving people who think maybe I can't buy right now? How do they do it?
Yeah, so that $250,000 client in a crazy market was very interesting. And we were in a multiple offer situation as well. However, I work magic. I had a client and we went as far as Fenway Way to look at condos, came back down to Tacoma. This condo came on the market that afternoon. I said to him, leave work now. And let's get to that condo to take a look at it. And we did. He loved it. I spoke to the listing agent, heard that there were 2 other offers. And then I encouraged my client if he could go a little bit higher. It was under 250, which was amazing. It was an efficiency, but it worked for him. And so we offered more to the seller and they took our offer. So even if you're at a lower price point, there are homes that you are able to get. Even at $250,000, there's some, especially condos out there with the reasonable HOAs, that makes a difference.
When we spoke before on the podcast, you talked about how you had kind of like a strategy of looking for houses that had maybe been on the market for a while, and that those might be properties for clients that didn't have a ton of cash, that needed a seller concession, that needed the repairs to be done prior to close, that you were able to sometimes negotiate things on those properties that you weren't able to on like the hot houses that were coming and going really quickly.
Yes, very difficult to negotiate in hot homes, but homes that are staying longer on the market, that's our sweet spot.
And that's still true.
That is still true. And I encourage my buyers, don't get discouraged. I'm in your corner. I am the hoorah, Sharon, who really works with my buyers to encourage them so we don't get discouraged. We keep looking. And if a home is on the market longer, then we can be able to offer list price or sometimes under list price, depending on how long it is. And I've been able to negotiate brand new roofs.
More than once, Sharon. I've seen it.
4 times in last year, we got a brand new roof so much.
Sharon's the roof queen.
So we're able to manage that and to help buyers just kind of figure out where they are in their price points and how we can make it work for them with the sellers.
I think the bottom line is that when you're looking for a house in Tacoma in 2023, which is a year that has already been unpredictable, that will probably continue to be unpredictable, having a real estate agent in your corner that is an expert in the neighborhood that you live in And someone like Sharon, who is a true fierce advocate for your clients. Like, I know I gas you up a lot, Sharon, but like, you are just such a true buyer's advocate, and finding an agent like that to get in your corner, I feel, is the crucial difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back to talk about this. I'm going to drop the link to the podcast at our previous conversation where we go into a lot more depth, including some savings tricks that Sharon has around meal planning. So definitely check out our past conversation. Thank you for coming, Sharon.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to be back.
Move to Tacoma.com.